played Viv in Terror, and she was like a Cockney, heart of gold kind of tart, you know. She was really funny. It's like, I like love, no, and like, you know, it's only work, love. I mean, like, such good fun to do, you know. And there's a film within a film, Bath Time with Brenda, that she was making, and it was quite funny because I refused to take my clothes off. So I'm in the bath in bra and pants, and all the crew were like, oh, we've got the nude scene coming up with that girl playing, you know, doing Viv, and, you know, and I'm going, that's me, and no, keeping my clothes on. And it's quite funny, actually. You see, there I am with my bra and pants on. So, and then I can't remember the name of the guy that played opposite. He was like brilliant. He was just like so dumb. I mean, as the character, and he was like, oh, you read all the way down. I'm like, you'll soon find out, giggle, giggle, giggle. I mean, it was just such fun. I saw the characters just kind of, you know, one of those little Cockney kind of Barbara Windsor kind of, you know, the kind of, you know, My Fair Lady, you know, the Cockney type. I played a lot of those in those days. I used to play Cockneys or Northerners, Yorkshire girls. That was my speciality. So it was like, it was easy peasy pudding and pie. I don't know if I was acting that much in those days. Do you know, when I think about it, I remember we were filming like in a nursing home or something. I think that was supposed to be our digs. I remember we all smoked in those days. I remember leaning out of the cigarette, having a cigarette out the window, being incredibly excited. And David McGillivray, the writer, coming in. He had lots of hair in those days, and we filmed that afternoon. It's where I'm doing my makeup, and the blood comes through the ceiling, and Sarah, I go running out, Sarah Keller's going upstairs, I'm going, it's blood, isn't it, it's blood, and she went upstairs and I went down. I just thought it was so funny. It was just, I had to think of everything, so I had to stop giggling. I just kept, as we call it in the business, corpsing, and I just remember that. And but also the immediate memories was, it was such good fun. I mean, I think it's probably one of the best jobs I ever had. It was like, it was such a happy set. You know, and I was young, so it was like, it was a big deal for me doing this movie, you know, with screen tests and everything. You know, I had a screen test in this old church, and I had to like be murdered, and I think I fell on a mattress or something. I think that's where the film company was, Crystal Films, and then waiting for the call from my agent if I got it. You know, it was a big thing. And in those days, I mean, like if you did a movie, you were in all the newspapers, like the Sunday Express, you know, did photographs, and like if you're washing your car, Tricia's just done the horror movie Terror. I think I was gotten this in the Sun. Like it was big to do a movie, so it was good. I was closest really with Rosie Collins, who played, I can't remember the name of her character, because we did a lot of scenes together. So yeah, we were kind of big buddies, hanging out, and can't really remember. James Aubrey we're a bit in awe of, because he was a big star in those days. He'd just done a big TV series, The Care Barbed Wire, and we didn't really do that many scenes with them. So it was mainly with Carolyn Courage, and Rosie Collins, and I was close to Rosie. I'm trying to think of my other scenes. What other scenes did I have? Most of them were, and Sarah Keller, yeah. But Rosie was like, in those days, was very similar in nature to me. She was like a little chipper Cockney. Sarah was American. She was kind of cool. She'd been to RADA. She was more kind of the grounded one. We weren't very grounded. And Carolyn wasn't grounded, but she was like different in a different way to me and Rosie. The stripper was like shocking. It was like, we weren't expecting that. Yeah, we just thought we'd like had the script and didn't mention a stripper, and she was with whips and all this kind of stuff. It was like, you know, it was, and then we had, I think Milton was the bouncer. He was quite well known in a lot of movies and things. It was sleazy. I think we filmed it in Richmond or Twickenham, somewhere there by the river. And yeah, it was we were like, you know, running off to the phone box calling home, you'll never guess what's going on here. She's got no clothes on, and she's like, oh, it was I think it'd be risque even for this day and age, to be quite honest. And that hair, you know, that she was way in front of her time. Bath Time with Brenda's like my favourite, you know, was my favourite. Some of the lines I made up, I improvised, like, I cancelled a nut bar commercial for this, and has anyone seen my knickers? Which became a bit of a recurring theme. Well, my knickers in here. That was really good fun. I hate the fact that when Peter Craze, who's playing the director, he dies, and I'm going, oh, like I'm crying and like sobbing into James Aubrey, so like shoulder, and it's like a heartthrob, James Aubrey in those days. But I look up because I think the scene's finished and it's in. They didn't cut it. I hate that. It's like, oh, I kind of grin. I look up and grin. We over. It was a special scene. It was, well, we were in the bath, and you know, and we were just like having an awful lot of fun, and you know, the whole giggle thing. And Peter Cray's like, you don't say giggle, you giggle. Well, I don't know. It's in the script, isn't it, love? I mean, it was just, it was quite good fun. In fact, I got rather good reviews. They said I was a comic find and stuff like that, which was quite nice. Oh, the death on the stairs was funny, because Moira Young, who was married to the producer Les Young, they were thrilled because I had a thing about having flat legs in those days. I wore knee-length socks because I thought I had big calves, and just had this fetish. So she was thrilled because I had like this kind of, I don't know what it was, a night dress or a slip, what it's supposed to be. Quite ghastly, really, that thing I'm wearing on the stairs. Wouldn't be seen dead. Well, I wouldn't be seen dead in it. I was dead in it. But anyway, I had my socks on, and Moira was thrilled because they could stab me in the leg. And they didn't have to, I don't know, use prosthetics and all that kind of stuff. It made like killing me a lot easier. So I kind of get murdered, stabbed in the calf, which is quite funny. Loads of shots into that sock. So I remember that, and I'd always I thought it was really good fun being kind of, I liked doing the gurgle as I like slid down the wall. And in the press in those days, like, I've always wanted to be murdered, like so stupid, you know, that age, a bit daft, but that was good fun. Terror was absolutely a great experience. It's one of the best jobs I had. It was just, as I said, it was just all really good fun. So I remember, and working with Norman was great. And of course, he's like kind of like, you know, people say Norman Warren. He's like a cult now, Norman. He's a great director. The whole crew was great. I remember quite a lot of them, and the cast was a happy experience.